What's up, guys? Happy New Year. It is still a new year. Resolutions are flying left, right, and center. And I know someone who wants to buy a car this year. A month before April so that you can cruise smoothly into your Easter festivities. And you know what? Today we want to learn what are the mistakes that you should not make when you're purchasing your vehicle and get it at the best market price. Come with me. We are here with Eminent Merchant Limited. They are car dealers, and Mr. Eric will be taking us through what mistakes we should not make when we are purchasing our vehicles.
Thank you, viewers. This is Eric from Eminent Merchant, and as she said, we want to just give you a brief guide on what you should avoid so that you can enjoy your car and enjoy your money and get value for your money. And I'll start the first one. Everybody has a desire to owning a big car, like an SUV. An SUV, these are vehicles that that has engines capacities of 3,000 and above. Many people might not know that, but the fuel consumption of these vehicles is usually terrible. Some of them does only like 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers per liter, and we have several vehicles that can do almost 21 kilometers per liter. In this economy, you don't want to go for a vehicle just because of the size if you're not considering your pocket. So check your pocket, buy a vehicle that has an engine capacity that you can be able to maintain. Not just because it is big and it's flashy looking, just go for a vehicle that you can be able to maintain in terms of engine capacity. So consider that. Number 2, do not go for vehicles that are very unique without considering your locality. Where are you coming from? Let's say, for example, I'm here in Meru, and I want to buy a very unique vehicle that even there is no mechanic that can be able to repair that vehicle in Meru. There is no spare part available in this region, and even the mechanic that even there is no somebody who can be able to diagnose the vehicle within that locality. So avoid such kind of vehicles. I don't want to mention the names of the vehicle because it's not right, but there are vehicles that you should not buy, because if the vehicle, you can't maintain it in your locality, you can't find spare parts, you cannot find a mechanic who can be able to repair that vehicle, just keep off. Just buy a vehicle that you know even your own neighbors who are mechanics can be able to repair that vehicle. Yeah, then another one, the terrain where you are coming from. Let's say, for example, you come from let's say 6-10 kilometers off the main highway. You live in like 16 kilometers from the main road. Sometimes those terrains are usually very terrible. Mawe kila mahali, kuna mitaro, nini. You have to consider, like, for example, the clearance of your vehicle. There are vehicles that are very sensitive to dust. Like, for example, some German cars, you drive on some off-road areas and they'll tell you that the system will tell you that there is no road ahead. So you should avoid such kind of vehicles, because also the maintenance will be very expensive. It will cost you a lot, and many other kind of factors that are issues to do with maintenance of those vehicles. So avoid such kind of vehicles that cannot be able to use those areas, to be driven in those areas where the roads are bad. So buy a vehicle that can drive in your area where you are living. The next one is buying a vehicle without knowing the needs of your vehicle. You don't just buy a car just because it looks good. If you are a business person, if you're into maybe dairy farming, if you're maybe into clothes selling, just buy a vehicle that you can be able to carry your mzigo with. Buy a vehicle that if you're just moving from house to office, you don't require a very big car. If you have a very small family, maybe you are 1 or 2, 3 in your family, you don't have to buy a 7-seater vehicle or a van. For what use? Just buy a vehicle that is convenient for your pocket, a vehicle that is serving the purpose. Do not be driven with emotions when you're buying your car. Sometimes consumers sometimes focus more on a deal. Somebody calls you, or you find a vehicle being advertised somewhere, and the deal is so good. Yeah, do not focus on a deal. Focus on the vehicle itself. What features does that vehicle have? What is the quality of the vehicle? Why is the vehicle being sold? Especially if it is a used one, or even if it is a new one. You need to know why the deal is so good. If the vehicles are selling, maybe let's say, for example, we have this kind of a vehicle that maybe I'm leaning on. This is a Nissan Note that is selling currently at a cost of maybe 1.1 million or 1 million. And somebody is selling the same kind of a vehicle, a brand new one, at a cost of maybe 800,000, you should ask yourself why. Maybe there is a problem with that car, or if it is a used car, maybe it has issues with paperwork, it's not properly registered. You might buy that vehicle and you find yourself in trouble. Another thing, and the last one, is some of the dealers will give you very nice deals with what we call financing, facilities for financing. And you end up taking that facility because you are being paid, you are being told, pay 200,000, clear the balance in 2 years. And you, my friend, you might be surprised that that balance that you are paying in 2 years, you might pay double price of the vehicle. Even maybe the vehicle is costing 1 million cash, you might end up paying that vehicle at 2 million just because of a deal. So when there is a financing facility, make sure that you investigate, you research, or you get to know the repayment period. How much are you going to pay? If they can be able to give you some grace period, maybe after purchasing or paying that initial deposit, so that you don't have to find yourself with your vehicle which is being repossessed maybe after 6 months after purchasing the vehicle. Those are some of the common things that I might say. They are basic. There are more other things. There are even more 20 things that you should learn. But those ones we feel that they're important so that you don't regret when you're purchasing your next car. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. There you have it. Do your due diligence and just make sure that you are also consulting with the eminent car merchants right here in Meru-town. I will be leaving their contacts on the screen, so make sure that you're chatting or talking to Mr. Eric here of Eminent Merchants Limited, so that you are able to get your vehicle at the best price in the market. Ciao.